It's such an amazing view from up here. I can see everything. If anyone needs saving, I can be there in a jiffy to help them out.
Oh, hello. What are you doing up there? Are you stuck? Do you need some help?
Not at all. I am Captain Amazing, and I am here to save the day. I am a superhero.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I'm Tommy, and I'm not a superhero. However, there is a little problem. You can't be called Captain Amazing.
Can't I?
The name's already taken. They might sue you for copyright.
Agent X.
Taken.
Marvel Man.
Also taken.
Captain Marvel.
Taken as well. And Captain Marvel is a girl.
Ooh, a girl?
What's wrong with girls?
And what are you doing lying on an ironing board in a tree?
I'm not. I'm just, taking the rest from all the flying I've done today. And girls can't be superheroes.
I think you will find that Captain Marvel is a very, very, very good superhero, and she's a girl.
And we'll take convincing that you're a superhero. Sorry. Come down here and prove it to us.
Okay, I will, but I'll climb down rather than fly, so I don't knock you over accidentally with the wind from my cape. How about Captain Wow?
Well, according to Google, Captain WoW should be okay, but you'll still need to check with the copyright offices of all the comics.
That sounds like it will take a lot of time.
But if you're a superhero, don't you have super speed?
Oh, yes, but the people in the copyright offices probably don't. We know how long paperwork takes to be checked. Red tape.
But couldn't you help them check, like with your super speed?
No. I'll be far too busy helping people in danger to sit in an office and look through paperwork.
Okay, well, let's test your other powers then. It looks like you left your hanky up there in the tree. Can you fly up and get it?
It's a bit tricky with people watching me. It's okay. I've got lots of spare hand keys at home. I'll get one later.
Okay, well, tell you what, there's a fly sitting on this tree here. Can you zap it with your laser vision?
Well, I'll give it a go, though the poor fly hasn't done anything wrong.
It's okay. I don't think it will mind too much. Well, Ethel, any smoke?
Wait. I think it blinked. No smoke yet. Now he's cleaning his front legs. He's coming to see you, Rosie. He seems unzapped.
I think I have to be in the right mood for the laser vision to work.
How about super strength?
Oh yes, that's my best superpower. I can lift all sorts of heavy things.
Oh, that's great. Hang on, let me come over. Can you lift me?
Certainly.
Can you lift me as well?
Of course.
Pick me up too!
What it's done to my hair.
You know, I'm not sure you really have any superpowers. And don't worry, I'm not being mean. I've been exactly where you are. and I wanted people to love me and think I could do anything too.
It's true. He spent much of this week in a costume with a cape, trying to convince us he could fly, but just didn't feel like it, but had been busy saving cats from trees and all sorts. We just wanted help to get home when we got lost, but Tommy was no help at all. The only person who could help was this other man we met called William. He was quite special.
That's right. When we got into trouble with the Baroness for going onto her land without her saying we could, Tommy couldn't help us.
I have to confess, it was actually my fault. I told them to take the shortcut and hoped the Baroness wouldn't see. But she did, and caught us all in the act.
Really? What did she do?
Well, the first time we got caught by a policeman, and Tommy here scarpered and left us with me halfway up a barbed wire fence with private property written on it. We couldn't be more obviously guilty.
But our friend William came along, had a bit of a chat with the policeman, and he let us off.
This William guy seems pretty great.
That's not half of what he did. We got caught again, by the Baroness herself this time, and this time she remembered that I'd been caught on her land before, and that the punishment was to be sent in a prison boat to the far-off land of Kajagoogoo to work in the sludge mines for at least 10 years. I was arrested, and the policeman took me off to the boat, which was about to sail.
But how are you here now?
It was William again. He came dashing down to the harbour and took my place on the boat, so it could still sail, but I could be set free. I didn't deserve anything from him, but he still did it.
And we forgot to mention, William's the king, and he still took Tommy's place on the boat.
Oh no, oh no, no, oh no! What will a country do about its king?
He did it because the Baroness's law was really clear that the punishment had to happen when someone broke the law on her land. But then his chief finance minister came and bought all the mines off her so that nobody would have to be sent to the mines again, and King William could come back.
And the best bit of all is that King William still wants to be our friend, even though we've kept doing things wrong and he's had to do and give so much just to spare us the punishment. We are just on the way to his palace for tea, in fact.
Really? Wow!
Tell you what, I bet if you take that costume off, he'll be very pleased to meet you too. Do you want to come with us?
You bet, thank you. Goodbye, everyone. We're off to have tea with the king. Bye!
And so on day one, we learn about the fact that Jesus had been promised for hundreds of years. God had promised that he would send a rescuer. And then finally, he arrived, didn't he? He arrived and he called people to follow him. On day two, we started to learn the reason why he was promised and why he came. Because of our weakness. We all have the same weakness, don't we? We all have sin in our lives. That's when we do things that go against what God has said. We do things against God and against other people. And the Bible calls that sin. And that's a huge problem because it separates us from God. And so on day two, we learn about our weakness. But we also learned the good news that Jesus was a rescuer because he had the power to come and forgive people of their sins. Then on day three, we learn about the fact that many didn't realize that Jesus was the rescuer. Even though he had done amazing things, people didn't realize that that's who he was or that's what he came to do. And then on day four, we learn about the fact that we can't rescue ourselves. Even if we've got lots of money, even if we try to be good, even if we have lots of things here, we can't rescue ourselves. We need to trust Jesus. And then today, who can tell me what we learn about today? Who can tell me? Who can remember the story from today? Yes.
Jesus died on the cross.
Jesus died on the cross. Exactly. You see, many people, even though Jesus was the rescuer who was sent to come and save people, even though he did amazing things, lots of people didn't like him. And because of that, they wanted to get rid of him. And so they arrested him, they put him on trial, they lied about him, and they executed him. He was put on a cross. Even though he had done nothing wrong, he took that punishment. And what we learned today was he took that punishment in our place. You see, that was always the plan, that the rescue would come and would die in our place to take the punishment for our sins. So it was always the plan, but do you know what? To leave the story there would seem wrong, wouldn't it? That wouldn't seem like a finished story, because it looks like the hero, the rescuer, doesn't actually win. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? It looks like he's been defeated. And that makes it really difficult for people to then look at him and think, well, I can't follow him and I can't trust him, because if the rescuer, if the hero can't beat the bad guy, he's not going to be able to rescue us, is he? And so if it looks like he's been defeated, that's no good at all. But then there's the next part of the story, which you haven't heard in detail so far. We gave you a hint about it earlier on this morning. But you see, after Jesus had died, he was buried. He was put into a tomb. And on the third day, after he had been dead and buried, some of his friends went to the tomb to see him. But do you think he was there? What do you think? No, I see you all shaking your heads. No, he wasn't there. That's absolutely right. Jesus wasn't there. You see, people had gone to really great lengths to try to make sure that the tomb was locked up tight, that no one could get in and steal the body. There was a huge stone put in front of the door so no one could get in. There were guards placed outside so that no one could get in. But when his friends came on the third day, the guards were gone and the stone had been rolled away. And inside, Jesus wasn't anywhere to be found. But there was an angel there. There was a man there in bright white robes, an angel who said, Jesus isn't here. He's risen. He's alive again. And you know what? Over the next couple of weeks, his friends all saw him. They all saw him and they spoke with him and they touched him and they ate with him for weeks and weeks until he went back up to heaven. And so that last part of the story really helps us, doesn't it? Because even though it looked like he had been defeated, he hadn't. The rescuer, the hero, had won. He had won. He had beaten the bad guys, we could call them. He had beaten sin, our sin, and he had beaten death itself. And so that means two things for us. That means two things. Firstly, it means that we can trust him to rescue us. Just like I said earlier, if the hero gets beaten, then that's a very bad hero indeed. But we can trust that Jesus can save us because he rose again, because he defeated sin and death. He won. And it also means that we can follow him because he's not dead. He's alive even today. And so we can follow him. And all of the leaders here are trusting Jesus and they're following Jesus. And we hope, as you've been learning this week, and parents, as perhaps you've been listening to what your kids have been learning, we hope that you will see who Jesus is, that he's the rescuer, and that you would follow him and trust him too. Well done, the Terrifics. Very well done. And in third place, with 2,670 points, are the Fantastics. Well done, Fantastics. You've done very well. I kept saying your name throughout the week, and you kept saying your chant. Really good job. And so in second place, and so you'll know who's first, but in second place with 2,702 points are the Exceptionals. Well done, which means that with 2,872 points are the Awesomes. Those chicken wings really gave you the fuel that you needed to win.